So easy food prep recipe, because a lot of y'all keep asking me, I got work, I got the gym, I got kids, a wife. Easy. Get yourself some chicken. This was about 15 bucks. This chicken here will last me probably about maybe 3 days, right? It's probably about a pound or so a day, right? Now, what I like to do is to make sure the flavor's better in the chicken. I need a sharper knife. Get yourself a good knife. A good knife's over there. Take the chicken breast. You want boneless. Cut it in half. Be careful with your hands. Now, the reason I do this, we're crock potting the chicken, but when you cut it in half, I feel like it allows the seasonings and stuff to get more into the chicken, right? So I'm gonna just cut these breasts in half. This is real simplistic stuff here. Like, there's nothing complicated about this, right? Cut those chicken breasts, get them open so those seasonings can get into them. Got a couple here. Make sure that, watch your hand though, because sometimes when you're cutting like this, you don't want to go too deep and go across your hand. I actually did that a couple weeks ago. Cutting some chicken, and the knife being sharp went directly through. Now you can wash your chicken, don't wash your chicken. I don't give a fuck. I think that whole argument is fucking stupidity. Washing your chicken doesn't fucking kill anything. Cooking your chicken is what kills shit, right? It's the heat that kills it. Washing your chicken in vinegar, lemon, that shit does nothing for your chicken. You're literally wasting shit. You're putting salmonella in your sink if you do have salmonella. Shit's gonna die when you cook it. Take some fresh garlic. Move this over so y'all can see. Just shake that in there, right? I'm a big fan of garlic. You're gonna take some sazon. I got 3 packets here. This is about 5 pounds of chicken. That's about, I'll tell you exactly what it is so y'all can know. Yeah, it's 5 pounds of chicken. It's 4.9. So some sazon, 3 packets. Put that in there. Right? Mix that around a little bit. Taco Bell taco seasoning. Right? For every 2.5 pounds of chicken, I use 1 of these seasoning packets. I found that that's about the best way that it goes in for the seasoning to be good, right? You want some pepper. I'm a fan of pepper, so I use some of that. You want some Goya, some adobo. Throw some of that in there. And I use a little bit of Italian seasoning. You don't have to, but whatever. Just a little bit. A little bit of olive oil. Like I said. Just a couple of tablespoons, couple teaspoons, Get that. You want to mix that chicken up in the crock pot so you can get that seasoning on all that chicken, right? Get that mixed up. So you got your mixture going on there, right? So what you want to do now is pull out your secret ingredient, some salsa, right? I get chunky salsa, put that whole jar in there, right? Get you a little bit of water, not much, just a little bit, because that's going to spread that seasoning around that you got. Dump that in there too, right? You might need 1, you might need 2. Just make sure that your chicken is cut. See, I only need 1. That was a big. Mix that around. Get that mix in. See that? Make sure that chicken's covered. That nice salsa you created. Now, let that sit. Got your little mixture. You see how long that took? 5 minutes, bro. I don't want to hear nobody talking about they don't have time to food prep. Put a top on that bad boy. Take your thing, turn it to high. Cook that on high, mix it occasionally for about 2 hours, and then turn it down to low for 4 to 5 hours. Chicken's gonna come out nice and soft. While that's going, get yourself a pot, put some butter in there so it don't stick. I use Olivia butter. It's got lower calories than regular butter. Put that heat on high. Let that butter get heated up. Get you some rice. You're gonna measure, remember where your line is. See, I'm a little bit over 2 cups, right? Take your rice, wait for that butter to get hot. When that butter starts steaming, dump your rice in, mix it up so the butter can get on it. What we're gonna do is, we're gonna use another 2 cups of rice. So we're gonna make 4 cups of rice. Another one in. Get your seasonings. You gotta do this fast. Don't bullshit around because that rice will burn. Right? Get your seasonings in there. Get it going. Get that mixed up with that butter. Get that seasoning moving around. You're cooking the seasoning basically while you're heating the rice up. Don't mind my old ass stove. I like actual burners. I don't like the new stoves. I got one already. Get that moving around. Get your water. Now you're gonna want to use double the amount of water for the rice. So that's 4 of these cups, because we put 2 in, right? You're gonna get 4 cups. Kitchen's a mess right now. I got shit all over the place. Food prep is gonna make a mess. Don't worry about it. Clean it up when you're done. 8 cups of rice, 8 cups of water for 4 cups of rice. Give it a mix. Let it sit. Don't bother that until it starts boiling. Once it starts boiling, stir your rice. Make sure you ain't got a bunch stuck to the bottom because it'll get hot, right? Throw a lid on the pot or throw a plate on if you ghetto like me. Drop the temperature down to, I usually do it a little less than medium, usually like between 3 and 4. And give that 15 to 20 minutes. Do not open it. Do not fucking mix it. Do not be that person to ruin the rice. Not know if you're like me, you eat a lot or you're gonna get bored, you can grab another meat. So right here, well, if it's in the sink, I don't want it to get everywhere. I have a fillet of salmon. Now, this is expensive. So everybody can't afford salmon, right? This is a $40 piece of salmon. Got us 2 nice slices here. Throw those in a pan. I'm gonna transfer y'all over that way in a second. Give me 1 second. Gotta cut this so it fits. Skin the salmon. As I'm doing, if you have a sharp enough knife, you can just pull the skin right off. Or you can leave the skin on. What I like to do is give the skin to my dog, because my dog really likes the skin, and I like my dog. So, I'll show you what I'm doing real quick. Let me just get this in the garbage and wash my hands. Okay, so one reason I don't like buying salmon from Walmart is because there's no deli department there. So I gotta skin it myself. And sometimes skinning salmon is pain in the ass. So you wanna grab the skin underneath, pull it around, but see how I'm losing all that meat right there? There you go. Okay, got the skin off of that. Got the skin off the back. Now, all that's meat. I don't care because I'm gonna give this to my dog. So, got the back side of it here. Oh, I don't like that. A lot of scale shit going on here. Get that off with a knife. So, you gotta get under the skin, right? Usually, use a if you got a sharp knife, like I have a sharp knife, then cut away under the skin. You see, now mine. And then you just pull, but sometimes with salmon, it'll fight back. You can't get the skin off, and I hate when that happens. That is annoying as shit. So, that's why a lot of times I just cook it with the skin on. But if I can get it off, or if I'm in a deli, there you go. See, you get underneath, you get that skin, put the salmon down, use the flat of your hand. Get that bitch off. I'm gonna throw this piece of skin out. So I'm gonna try to not lose meat on this one like I did on the other one, but it looks like I am on that edge. Okay. Got that off. Skin and salmon is a pain in the ass. I ain't gonna lie. Get this done in the deli. If you get your salmon from a deli or fish market, wherever you get it from, skin it yourself. So I don't give the dog all the skin, just that one part, right? So we got a pot full of salmon here. It's skinned already. I know there's gonna be somebody in the chat. Oh, the skin's got all the vitamin. Fuck you, okay? Tastes like shit. I don't like the way it tastes. I don't eat it. Don't eat some shit. Let me tell you something I've learned about eating healthy. Just because it's healthy don't mean you gotta eat it. Fuck that. If it tastes like shit, leave it where it is, bro. Okay, so for the salmon, we're gonna use some olive oil. I love olive oil. We're gonna use some adobo. We're gonna put that on here. We're gonna use some pepper, which y'all know I love by now. Throw some pepper on there. We're gonna use the other Goya, the total. And we got some garlic salt, right? One hand that. Then I have what I like to use, which is a sweet paprika seafood seasoning. And kind of heavy with this here. We'll get that on there because what we're going to do is we're going to mix these bad boys up so that that seasoning spreads around. It's not just on that one piece, right? Get it on both sides of that fish. Make sure that's in there good. Getting seasonings all over my countertop. Now I gotta clean that shit again. All right, so put my food here. You got the dog in the middle. See, she's got her nice skin. And I'll also put the oils in our food. Sit that there. We got another meat ready to go. Oven's already on 375 and ready for it. Slide that baby into the oven and give that about 25 to 30 minutes. Check on it. When it breaks apart with a fork and becomes flaky, it's ready for you to take out. Now remember, you're spending 30, 40 minutes, maybe an hour here to get everything done. You ain't got to worry about the crock pot because you ain't got to watch that. You can just go do what you do. You can go to the gym, come back, and that shit will still be cooking, right? Now, for your vegetables, grab yourself some canned veggies. It's going to make your life so much easier. You ain't going to have to cook this shit. I buy the big cans. Bam. Some corn. Some more green beans. We got green beans and corn here. We don't got to make no vegetables. We don't got to go through the process. We're saving time and we're saving energy. Get yourself some of these from Walmart. Now, this right here is going to make us about 15 plates. Now, usually I cook the eggs for breakfast. I have like a shake and maybe a protein bar or maybe one of these Boss cookies or something for a snack during the day. And I eat maybe 2 or 3 of these. So if I make 12, that's 4 days of food that you just prepared in 1 hour. I don't want to hear nobody say they don't have time. And we did 2 meats. Now, mind you, if you can't afford salmon, that's fine. You can use ground beef. You can use more chicken. You can use chicken legs. Make a second meat. Trust me, you're going to get tired of eating the chicken. It's going to be nice to have something separate, even if it's fucking cube steak. It doesn't matter. Make yourself a second meat to eat with that. So while that's cooking, we're going to wait for the rice. We're going to wait for the salmon. I'm actually going to have the salmon and rice for dinner tonight. And I'm going to feed the kids. And then what's left, I'm going to box that up. It'll probably give me about 4 or 5 meals extra that's left out of that, and then about 10 meals of the chicken. It's going to give us enough food to make it until my next day off, which is Sunday. Today is Wednesday, so I've got Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'll make it till the end of Sunday. Sunday night, I'll food prep again. Altogether, all this food, even with the salmon, which is relatively expensive, costs probably about $60. $60 to eat for 4 days is $15 a day. You got to buy your shakes and stuff, so it's going to cost about $25 a day. But you're eating healthy. A lot of y'all are spending it on pizza and junk. You could be spending it on healthy food. Now, if you don't buy the salmon, you just buy chicken, you can eat for about $10 a day and easily get by with that. So, full food prep. I'm not going to show you plating because it's just, you know how to plate food. Get yourself a scale. I got a scale from Walmart. It cost me like $15 right here. I put the food in a bowl, put it in a cup. I weigh it, I measure it, and I drop it into these bowls. That way I know exactly what it is. I write it down on a piece of paper. I put in 5 ounces of rice, 6 to 8 ounces of chicken, 5 to 6 ounces of salmon when it's salmon, and 5 ounces of either green beans or corn. Write it down. You'll know what you have. Make each container exactly the same weight. You'll know what you have. You'll know what to weigh, and you'll be able to track your calories for the day. Hopefully this helps you. If you have any questions or anything else, just hit me up and I'll answer them. I'm going to take you food shopping with me in about a week or two. I'm real busy between work and the gym and the cut and everything else. So thanks for watching. I appreciate all of y'all. Make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you comment.